It has been so long since I listened to Diana Ankudinova. Like, so long! Let's rectify that now. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam Scott-Thorne and I am a vocal coach based in Glasgow. Now, if you'd like to meet and explore your voice a little more, you can find me on sstvocals.com. You can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook and Patreon, and I'll put the handles down below and over there. Over there. So if you'd like to consider becoming a patron, you have access to things like early release of reactions, you can fast track reactions, become a reaction, there's special roles on my Discord server, and you've also got access to special patron exclusive Vocal Anatomy 101 videos to learn all about your voice. So consider becoming a patron and help shape my channel. Okay, so we have listened to Diana Ankudinova twice now, Human and Wicked Game. This song is called Rechenka. I don't quite know how to pronounce it. I have no idea what I'm in for, so let's just go and have a listen.
Моя Rechenka, ты течешь.
It's been so long since I've listened, I almost kind of forgot that feeling that you get when you hear her voice thicken into that dark place. Oh, it's just sublime. There's so much fluid movement to this. It almost sounds like air, the way the air would flow around. Those little flips into her head voice, which are still quite deep placed. Sublime. So good. I like how she's thickening on that sound and pushing it up to the point of a break, and then she flips into head voice, which is still really deep set. It's just delicious. Oh, loving it. Let's keep going.
Да не колыбнешься, ой, да ты дитя, да мое дитятко, да ты чего сидишь?
That was so nice. Again, it's that push. She pushes that sound to the brink and then will break it. It's like a valve is going on, off, on, off. It's actually airier than it sounds. Like her voice carries more air through it than you think. If you really listen, there's a lot of kind of H-y kind of sounds in there. And H is the way to get air to flow through. That's a really airy sound, but it sounds thicker, especially when she does it because of how she places that sound. Oh, it's really good.
Да не улыбнешься.
Okay, if she doesn't come back to that, then we're going to have to mention it. That was the airiest whisper ever. It sounded like a hiss. Air was coming right through, and anytime she had to articulate, it was like putting your thumb over a gas valve. Really cool. Almost like voice actor sounding, like character sound. Very nice.
Ой, подруженьки, да мои милые, ой, да ничего-то мне радоваться, ой, да ничего-то мне улыбаться. У нас коней-то полон двор.
Listen to how she's almost like yodeling. It's almost like a yodel. You're getting that little kind of whine or that cry over the top of almost everything she's singing here. And when you pair that with that really thick, low, deep sounding voice she's got, it's just magic. Really, really nice. I said this in a previous video. The first time I heard her, I thought, oh my God, her voice is so low. But the second time I listened, I kind of settled in. Her voice isn't that low. It's not like she's singing super low notes, but she's placing that sound in a low place. So the larynx is really low and the tongue seems to be really low. The tongue being really low is a strange one because it almost sounds like she's doing a knoodle, which to me, I would say compressed tongue. Like she's pulling her tongue into her mouth, her, like that sound. But she's doing it with a flat tongue. You can see when the camera is close to her face. You have to lay your tongue pretty much flat on your bottom jaw so you can get that sound, but I don't know how she's pointing it so much. I'm assuming it's something in her velum that's making that sound. And when you combine that with a low larynx, the voice just drops through the floor. A lower larynx sound basically just deepens the sound, makes it richer, darker. If I was to drop on a note, hear how much darker that sound gets. So then if you flatten your tongue and add a bit of nasal tone on top of that, sounds super low. But when you realise it's just, it's not actually a low note. I hope that makes sense. It's a bit of a weird one to try and explain. I just love her voice. I think it's fascinating.
Августito, 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 полна горница. Нет у меня отца матери, некому меня благословить-то.
That's what I was talking about, that yodel sound. That is actually flipping from head to chest super, super fast. And you get that real change in texture and that real change in timbre and colour. So good. Listen there, she went airy into a fuller sound, so the chord closure was coming together more. I'm trying to remember the notes. Something like that. But it starts very airy, she's letting more air pass through her vocal folds, and then she's bringing that closure in together into a thicker placement. She's got super control over her voice. I mean, obviously, listen to it. But she uses these little changes to their fullest effect. She's just captivating.
Моя реченька, ты течешь, да не
Just amazing. Intensely talented young woman. The whole thing, on top of being sung really well, is just has this kind of spellbinding energy to it. It's completely captivating. You're just stuck, like, what is going on? And she holds you from the beginning of the song till the very end. You're just like hooked. So I hope you liked that reaction. If you did, please give it a like and a thumbs up down below. And if you want to see more from me, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and anytime I have new content, you will be the first to know. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me, and how are we going to buy this one? So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me, and bye!